Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two silver tequilas, 40% alcohol, your typical ABV for tequila. This is Montezuma tequila silver. The label got scratched up a little bit with an accident I had where another bottle broke and the glass shards scratched it up. Was a mishap. So I had to replace the Montezuma Gold shattered bottle. Anyway, this is Montezuma. Come on, focus. Tequila, and it's made in Mexico. Obviously, all tequila has to be. For Barton Imports, it's bottled in the USA. It's a mixto, meaning it's got filler. Don't know what the percentage is. Can't be higher than 49%. There it is. It focused 49% filler, which could be like sugarcane distillate, or actually could be any filler. Although legally the product still must have the aroma and flavor generally associated with tequila. But there it is, Montezuma tequila, introduced in 1974. Morning, Mr. R. Good morning. When I went to when I went to Gibraltar and Spain and Spanish Africa, I saw this down there. I think I saw it in a part of Spain. It might have been in Spanish Africa, one of the liquor stores, because every store is a liquor store in Gibraltar and Spain. It's like Louisiana. Any convenience store, any grocery store, or like obviously liquor store is going to sell beer, wine, and liquor. There's no special stores that you have to go to. So and then it's right on the shelf. You can just grab it off the shelf, like over here, and go bring it to the checkout. Okay. I didn't buy any because what I'm going to do, haul it back to the United States. That's unnecessary. Anyway, so I said, look, Montezuma right over there. It's common in Louisiana and it's common in Spain. All right, so it's I say it's in the top 10 selling tequilas in America, but I think it's number 10 in the top 10, but number 10. Is it anything great? Nah, it's all right. It's good in its own little way, but it's inexpensive for a reason, and it's not inexpensive because it's awesome. Now here's one that's not expensive either. This runs about $25. This is Jose Cuervo Tradicional Tequila Plata. That means silver tequila, and it's 100% agave. Okay, no filler. And it was introduced in 1977 as a expansion of Jose Cuervo to provide 100% agave tequila. Funny thing is, I think the same exact year, 1977, they came out with 1800 tequila, a separate brand. But if you research 1800, I don't think on the website you'll find out anything about it. They're kind of shady about it, but it's also owned by Jose Cuervo. I don't exactly know why they did that, but it seems to work out because a lot of people love 1800 and they're unaware that it's a Jose Cuervo product. And they would never drink Jose Cuervo because they consider it cheap and inferior, but they would drink the 1800. And I'd like to see a blind taste test between those two. You may not be able to tell them apart. But anyway, you might have to pay $28 for this, but I would highly caution you to check around because, like I say, right here at Walmart, it's $24.95, and the Jose Cuervo Especial Silver is $24.95. So why buy a mixto with filler when you could buy this, which is going to taste way better? I did the blind taste test. It was no comparison. Is the Jose Cuervo Especial good? Yeah, it's good. But compared to this, nah, can't make it. It's like a McDonald's hamburger or a cheeseburger. They're fine, and I eat them sometimes. I don't make an effort to go get it, but I eat it. And but compared to the burger I got at Copacabana in Gibraltar, with the real shredded, real cheddar cheese and all, I mean, it was £5. A McDonald's good big cheeseburger is going to be $5. Something. I mean, there's no comparison. But I'm probably telling you something you already know. Like stating the obvious, right? Okay, so we'll get this over with, and this will be the end of tequila for the for the time being. I've got a lot, so I don't have to go buy any more. Believe me, I've got tequila galore. Some are 100%, and some are mixtos. Come on, some got on my glasses. Is there a pattern to my purchasing? No, honestly, there isn't. I just bought. I was like, I need some tequilas for taste challenges, so I just bought random brands. Okay, I do need brandy. I'm out of brandy. I mean, I got enough brandy to float a boat, but what I'm saying is I'm out of new brandy brands. So I have to go find one. Well, that's not going to be difficult. Random history question: why was Switzerland not a part? Not a part. You mean a part? Two words. A part of World War One. Oh, because they're ever since the Napoleonic Wars ended in 1815, they adopted a policy of strict neutrality. Switzerland had problems teaming up with people and getting involved with things, and it wasn't benefiting them. So they were like sending out the message to the world. Now, this is real cork, see? They sent out a message to the world. We're neutral. If you get into a conflict, don't call us because we're not helping. You leave us alone, we leave you alone. Okay? And they're up in the mountains and they have a powerful army and air force. So people leave them alone. It's really not worth anybody's while to attack them. So nobody attacked them in the First World War, and no one attacked them in the Second World War, and they would not team up or take sides. And if this thing would focus, I'd be delighted. But I guess we know what a cork looks like anyway. This camera's all right, but in the dark, it just can't do too well on focusing. If I turn the lights on, it'll work a lot better. Okay, so make sure I got my labels right because they're going to be clear silver. I guess silver sounds better than saying clear tequila. Yeah, it's like Spain. Spain stayed out of the First World War and they stayed out of the Second World War, and it was easier for them because they are on the edge of Europe, when they're on that peninsula hanging off the edge. So they're not really in the way where anybody's got to have an attack and so forth. And the Spain told the people in World War One and World War Two, same story. Don't call us because we're not helping, and we don't want to get involved, and we're really not a powerful country. We can't help you. Germany tried to talk Spain into joining them in the Second World War. But their leader said, nah. Well, he didn't tell Hitler point blank no, because he knew that could be dangerous and the way Hitler was. So he just was like, yeah. They had a meeting at the border with Spain and France after Germany took over northern France and western France. And they had the ceasefire, and he was just like stalling Hitler, like, yeah, we're gonna look into it, blah blah blah. Went on for hours, and Hitler after the meeting was telling his people, this guy's stalling me, But he didn't attack him. He just left him alone and said, forget it. Basically, and Spain was like, yeah. And Spain's leader anyway said they're going to lose. They're not going to win, so why help them? They're going to lose. They seem to be winning, but this is only Act One. Their leader was pretty shrewd as far as looking at how things were working out, and he was saying he studied history, and he said, "Man, the British ain't going to lose. They might have some problems, obviously, but they're not going to lose." Ultimately, they're going to win, and I don't want to get involved. And he was smart because he stayed in control for 30 years after World War II ended. He was there for over 40 years. I'm sorry, 39 years, 1936 to 75. So he only died. He only stopped being the ruler because he was old and he died. So Portugal did get involved in the First World War, which was very bad for them, and because they lost a lot of people killed and hurt their economy. And Second World War, they were like, nah, Don't even call us, England, because we had the first experience and it didn't do us any good, and we don't care. I mean, we care, but we don't want to risk it. Thanks, but no thanks. So there's your answer. Now, this is going to be a quick one because it's not going to be a contest. I'm telling you, I'm going to guess it on aroma only. That's my prediction. I could be wrong, but I guarantee I'm not going to get it wrong when I taste it. Yeah, okay, I'm getting some agave. You know, agave is a unique flavor, so it's hard to describe what it's. If you never smelled it, it's almost impossible to describe to someone what it smells like. It's like trying to describe what an artichoke tastes like to someone. You got to try it. It's a unique flavor. It doesn't taste like anything else that I could tell. Okay, so I've got that aroma I just talked about, and I don't have any aroma here in a relative sense. It's really smell like water. You say, well, water doesn't really smell like much. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Is it aromatic? No. Is anything off or foul about it? No, 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 no. It's just a lack of anything. You say, well, that's why that's $8.99. And that's why that's $24.99. You got it. You guessed correctly. Yeah. There's rumors. People say, Germany was planning to attack Switzerland in World War II. I've never seen any proof of that. I saw that they had done some studies, like, that's what Germany liked to do. They would run these scenarios, like if we invaded Switzerland, what would it require and what would be the outcome? And their calculations, just as a study, from what I could tell, was it definitely won't be worth it. And after all, we have friendly relations with them. So what would be the point of attacking them? It's like there's no benefit from it. So that's what their military study did. They are just do scenarios, but that never happened. And Liechtenstein never got involved in World War I or World War II either, because they're so tiny. It'd be like a county in your state getting in a war, with a police force. That's their army, a police force with a few dozen cops. So yeah. It seemed like Germany did not want to get involved in World War II. I think invading Poland would kind of work against that argument. They wanted to focus on helping their people, and they didn't. Didn't they? Britain for a truce 3 times. Yeah, they did, but the British wouldn't trust them because Hitler had demonstrated that he didn't keep his word. So they said, you could offer a truce, but we can't trust you. You see, you showed that. So nah, they said, forget it. We're just going to take you down and wipe you out. That was the British attitude. We're going to beat you and destroy you, which is what they did. Okay. Plus, they had a great wild card to play called USA, right? Obviously, this is the Cuervo. It's richer. It's fuller. Honestly, there's even a little smokiness to it. Is it smoke oriented? No, definitely not. But there is a trace of it. It's pleasant. It's really nice. It's a wonderful tequila, actually. Now let's go over here. Yeah. It tastes like it's 49% grain alcohol. That would be allowed if it didn't interfere with the flavor of the tequila. Well, grain neutral spirits are neutral, right? Got no flavor, no aroma, or they're not supposed to. And so there you go. Would this be a sipper? No, I mean you can sip it. I'm sipping it down, right? But it is a mixer, obviously. And as soon as you look at the back of the bottle, there's a cocktail recipe, Montezuma margarita. So that's their focus. That's what it's created for. And if you look at the old advertisements from 1974, 75, 76, that's the whole focus. Used to be really popular. It had sweepstakes, could win a car and everything, or a trip to Cancun and all that. But after Sazerac bought it, you didn't see that anymore. They've been owning Barton since 2009, and I don't think Barton had the money to do all those sweepstakes anymore anyway after a while. So yeah. Sazerac, they don't really do promos too much, They sell the product. That's it. You buy it or you don't buy it. But they're making billions. Yeah, I said it right. billions of dollars doing that. So hey, all right. So thank you for watching. I got to get off of this and go watch the news. Didn't they invade Poland because Germans in Poland were getting massacred? That's part of it, but there's more to it. You see, I can't give a simple answer in 10 seconds. Cuervo is always good. I bet that's the winner this morning. Yeah, easily. So yeah, the historical questions, it would take an hour to explain all that. It's not a one-sided thing, like it's all this, it's all that. It's a complicated story, to say the least. All right, thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.